I'ma make it burn. I'ma make it burn. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's @392. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a quick tutorial on how to swap out your side marker lights on your charger. You can get this light that I'm switching to from the OEM light to the full solid bar light, as you see in the picture in the top right corner. It's very simple. I'm going to talk you guys through it. You got to start with this tool right here. It is called a panel clip tool. Use this to take out the 3 little clips or 4 clips right here on the rear fender. As you see, I'm working them out gently. You don't want to break these. These are plastic. They do have replacements on eBay and Amazon store. You can also find those on my Amazon store as well. The clips that come in the Chargers and Challengers are, I don't want to say fragile. I've taken my front bumper off a couple times and I've had little luck of salvaging the clips after the 3rd time. But you see right here, that's the 4 clips. Once you take those 4 clips out, you want to then get your T-bit. That is a T25 bit. You use that for the side markers. So you want to separate the wheel well fairing, or the wheel well housing, separate it from the bumper, and then with your tool of choice, I used this drill right here with a rotating bit holder at the end to get back behind the fender and in between the bumper. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out how to get back there with my large hands, but it can be done. And this is all going to be done without removing the wheels in the back. My charger, I showed you guys a while ago on my previous video when I did my side marker light upgrades. I had to remove my rear wheel because my rear wheel and bumper area was not as much of a gap as it is on the wide bodies. So because of that gap, it makes it easier to swap this out, and you don't have to take off the wheel to switch out this light, these side marker lights. So I'm taking my time to be careful because this is a brand new wide body charger scat pack with my buddies. I was making sure to not scratch the paint, which you want to, if you aren't as handy with a tool, you want to tape off the edge of the bumper and the part of the wide body kit. You want to take that off just so you don't scratch the paint, in case you might scratch the paint. But right now I'm just getting in and being very careful of how I get my bit into the screw. There's 2 screws that hold the side marker lights in on the rear bumper and on the front bumper. So just keep that in mind. There's 2 screws. There's not just one. Don't take out one and think you're done. You can break and damage your side marker light. So this takes just being patient, and see how I'm just gingerly doing it. There's 1 screw right there. And you see how it's loose? There's another screw in there. It's at the top. There's one at the top, and there's one at the bottom. And when you finally get these out, like I worked mine out a little bit, then I just pulled it out. There's 1 screw. Now we're gonna get in there and get to the 2nd screw, which is at the bottom. I believe that was the top screw I took out. So same process. Want to get in there and be gentle. You do not want to rush in there and try to make it quicker than it already is. This is a pretty quick and easy light upgrade or install. And just remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. With that, you won't have any broken pieces, any broken clips. And when you finally do get your side marker light out, before you button everything up and put your side marker light back in, your new upgraded side marker light, you want to make sure to turn your lights on, test to make sure it works. Once you do that, You just put it in and take your time putting it back in, how you took your time taking it out, and you will see a quick install is just that. Now I have the other screw out. There it is right there. And now we're gonna swap. So there's the 2 screws right there. Keep those somewhere you don't lose them. They are small. Here, you just press down the clip on the end closest to the wires, and you separate it. If it doesn't pull out very easily, you just use a small Phillips head or a small flathead to separate the power outlet or the power plug from the light. Now on there, you see it says right for the right side of the vehicle, and you have the left side of the vehicle. So you have numbers letting you know, letters letting you know. Sorry about that. And with that, once you get it in, you want to also test fit it. And you see my buddy, he already turned the light on in his car. So now we know that it works. That's great. It's the right size and it's the right color. Now, if you do these too fast, yes, you can put the front in the back, but it won't line up completely. So just be careful, double check, triple check. It's always safer and less time consuming if you just take a little bit more time when you are installing the parts and pieces, making sure everything fits right. Once you see that everything fits right and it's in the proper place, it's just as simple as putting the 2 screws back in on each light and then putting in the clips back in their correct spots. Now, when I put this back in, you have to find the holes. And also, what I didn't think about was some of these lights. There's a lot of people that make these lights. Some of them already come pre-threaded, meaning the screw you took out of the OEM light was already threaded, but the new light has the 2 holes for the screws to go in. They're almost like a wood screw, or a self-tapping screw kind of, but it has a flat end on it. It doesn't have a sharp end, so it can't start a hole, but it can thread its way into the plastic. So just make sure when you putting them in, you put them in straight and you work them in with a hand tool first to just create that thread. And then with that, you'll be good to go, because once you get the screw started, you can just go in and finish it off with your power tool. But please be mindful that you are drilling a metal piece into a plastic piece, and you don't want to crank down on that piece too hard or too fast with your power tool. Reason I say power tool is because of this situation I have here. As you can see, the power tool has an attachment to where I can connect to the screw and also turn the screw very quickly. If you have these small tools, the small ratcheting tools, that can also be done as well. I didn't have those for this day, so I luckily was able to find my power tool with my bit attachment, so it gives me that 90-degree attachment setup, so I could put it in. As you see, the light is already back in and complete. Now we're just going to line up the wheel well with the bumper and put in the retainer clips. There's 2 clips. There's one more at the bottom and then one more up top. As you can see, it's still not lined up quite yet, but I'm going to get to that part. You want to make sure you tuck all that stuff back in, and the top part, right where the bumper meets, I went back and did that, don't worry about that. But where the bumper meets the actual metal part of the car, you want to push that back up in there on the inside of the car so it lines back up properly. As you see, the ones we are installing are blacked out, but they're visible, very visible. As you saw when we turned on the light, it was very bright and noticeable. This is what the OEM one looks like. You know, it's full, but if you notice at nighttime, there's only a dot up there. So what we're replacing is that whole housing with the new housing that matches the car and also fills up the whole housing of the light itself. It's not just one bulb at the very top. These also do come with the reflective coating, like how These lights have a reflective coating, so even at night when the car isn't on, when lights hit it, you will still be able to see the orange reflector here. The upgraded lights have the same thing. So you're not losing anything, you're improving all around, and it gives the car a more full and utilized look, meaning it would be like having a big headlight and only having a bulb in the very top left corner of the headlight. So this gives the side profile of the car a better look, a more highly visible look during nighttime driving. So hopefully that deters anybody that I don't know, would have or probably didn't notice the car, or, you know, it can go a lot of different ways. I just like the fact that this light upgrade also improves your visibility at night while driving your nice new wide body or your regular body Charger. The lights, as you see, the clips here, there's only 3 that you need to remove. Once you remove those 3, use your detention tool or detention clip tool to move the front fender over some, the front fender wheel well. Once you've done that, you want to take your time once again, just moving it out the way a little bit. This way you can use your tool to get in there. And again, there are 2 screws in the light holding in the front side marker light as well. So we're just moving enough of the wheel well out of the way so we have enough room to maneuver. And there's more room in the front of the car just because you can move the wheel than in the back of the car. So again, as you see, this is a heavy duty tool, power tool. You can easily break something with this tool. So once again, just please be careful when using power tools to take out and to replace the screws into plastic pieces and even metal pieces, because you don't want to also strip the screw. As we all know, you can strip screws by over tightening them, and the bit just, you know, tears up the outside of the screw. So then you're in a bigger situation where you have to get self-tapping screws and everything else to take out the bit of the screw. But as you see, again, see, this is the OEM. That was the upgraded light. It says R on it as well. And as you notice in the front, you're going to have a amber light and not a red light like in the back. So plug it in. And again, we're going to check to make sure this light works and that it's the right color. See, it is a amber color, not a red color. Then we're going to fit, make sure it fits in there. And there you go. So now you see there's a full light and not just a one light bulb at the very top of the side marker. And right here, you want to just double check, make sure everything fitted right, turn off the power to the car, just safety and more safety there. Just want to make sure the light is off in case you don't want to damage anything. So once again, it being a new light, these lights were actually threaded already. So it was easy for me to just put the OEM screws back in and start them by hand. Some of the lights don't have that. So don't worry if you get a set of lights and they don't have a threaded hole for the OEM screw. All you have to do before you install the light is just get a screwdriver or a T25 screwdriver and slowly work them into the light housing before applying them on the car. This makes this part right here, what I'm doing, a lot easier and quicker. So this way you also know that your thread is going to be lined up parallel to the screw's surface. So when it goes in completely, it's tight. These holes do not interfere with the integrity of the light itself. So this is not going to be like, if you don't have it super tight, it's going to let water in or anything like that. This is strictly to hold the light to the body of the car. Right there, I have the bottom one in. As you see, it is tight. It's not loose. You want to make them snug, not super tight. Once again, I'm using a tool just because of the limited space I have. So this is my only resort. If you have hand tools, that would be better in not over tightening them. But like I said, know your power tools. And if you know your power tools, you will not over tighten them or break the housing by over tightening the screw too much and giving it too much juice with the power tool. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial on how to install the side marker lights on the wide body Chargers. For the Challengers, I know I said that earlier, they have a different setup. If I get a chance to install one of those, I'll definitely put it on my channel to show you guys how you can make those also a full solid light. Now, as we put this back together, we have the clips. Once you line it up and get the clips right, that's a piece you got to push back up into the fender. So right here, I'm just trying to get that in there just right so it's lined up. I know you saw the back piece. I was telling you how you have to push that up. It is pushed up in there, and that's it. So this is going on to the front driver's side. All this is the same what I just said. I'm going to cut the audio now and just play some music so you guys can just see how this is. And if you need to refer to the other side of the vehicle I just was on, which was the passenger side, just go back to that. But it's pretty much straightforward as you see in the video. You just remove the 4 clips in the front, whereas in the back it's only 3. You can take out as many clips as you want, whatever makes you comfortable to pull back your wheel well cover, your splash guard, to get to your light. Just remember to be gentle with the lights. There's 2 prongs in there. You don't want to just smash those on. You want to just slide them on gently. If you have to, also use diode electric grease. This will prevent any corrosion from happening to the lights. Even though the plugs for the lights have a water barrier, that's that little orange piece around the plug when you unplug it from the actual side mark light housing. But if you use diode electric grease, it just doubles down on keeping moisture and everything out of the lights. Sometimes when your lights go out, it's just moisture buildup, which also lets dirt in and vibrates, which causes corrosion. It's not always water, but dust as well, which can cause corrosion from vibration between the metal pieces. And what it does is it creates corrosion around the metal piece, which stops the electronic connection with the power. So therefore it can't connect to the light to send a signal to say, hey, light up. So that's what the diode electric grease prevents, by creating a pretty much airtight barrier between the 2 pieces that need to touch to send the electric notes or currents to them, so they light up when the car is on, and so on and so forth. Same thing for your headlights, things like that. Anybody that does electrical with the automotive stuff, they understand what I'm talking about. But it's just something you can do to prevent your lights from going out prematurely, which they don't. I just explained to you that it's not that. It's just dust, actually. That's all it is. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the rest of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you on the next one. Later. hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, here's some more videos you can check out. Before you do that though, hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so this way you're notified when we post out awesome new content. Go Jags!